Ciao ragazzi, my name is Anthony, that is Aqueel, and you will never see two Nerazzurri brothers this chilled for a derby d'Italia. I'm going straight to my boy Tim Eidstein. Great way to wake up on a Saturday morning. It was a good wake up this morning knowing I was going to chat to my boy Aqueel. It's been a good wake up every morning, despite how hard the media tries to derail this party. Hey man, just cook a barbecue and fake a boxing match and all is good, right Aqueel, my G? How you doing, bro?
Hey man, I'm doing good. How's everybody doing? Yeah, man, what a way to silence the media. Oh man, slap in their faces, man. And it's amazing how they like put up everything on the website, on the socials. Hey, there you go, take that. We're having a ball out here, man. Great to see that.
100%. Oh, it was great to see, man. It really was. And, we're coming up to a derby d'Italia in, only about 18 hours time. That it is all to play for their season. They really have nothing else to go for. They drop points in this match and they're staring down the barrel of the Europa League. And at that point in time, if you were Juve, you'd be hoping that you get some sort of ban from Europe for their whole Super League fiasco, because playing in the Europa League, oh my God, there is no bigger punishment on the planet. I mean, that tournament literally only becomes relevant when you get to the second leg of the semi-final, in my opinion. And even if you go all the way to the final, Akil, it could still just feel like a big waste of time, yeah?
Yeah, no, it'll be a complete utter failure if they don't make it. And that's what it kind of seems like it. So yeah, playing in Europa League is a failure for them.
Yeah.
For the club, for the players, and I was reading that in the morning that a lot of players might be deciding to leave if they don't play in Champions League. I mean, specifically Ronaldo and some other big names. But yeah, it'll be a complete waste.
100%, and you can't really blame players like that for thinking, oh, you know what, this project isn't exactly going the way I thought it would go. It's time to jump ship, because it really has taken a sharp left turn for all the wrong reasons for them. But I'm pretty confident going into this game, and I'm reading like right now, even Lukaku came out this morning and said, there is absolutely no chance that we lose this game. Fantastic stuff. I mean, a draw wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I do not care if we get a draw, to be honest. The aim for me is to get these mofos to drop points.
Yeah, no, 100%. And it's amazing what when there's no pressure on anybody, and the way the style of play just change. In the last couple of games, we saw Sampdoria thrashing. We saw Vecino, Gagliardini had a game of their lives. And then last game against Roma, we played another super game, I think. So yeah, again, going into this game, no pressure whatsoever. Man, this could be a blowout. I mean, for all that matters. So yeah, definitely. And these players, they want to come at it. They want to play hard. That's what Conte is going to ask them to do as well. He's not a type of coach that's going to let off the gas. So yeah, it could be a firecracker of a game.
Yeah, 100% would agree. In terms of, just overall the context after this match, we play Udinese. So you might say that this is the last real fixture that Inter's going to play in a while that actually means anything. Like, honestly, I don't think we're going to go into the Udinese game. Like, that's a game where Radu's going to start, Ranocchia, D'Ambrosio, like you name it. You might even see Pinamonti start that game from the first minute. So I really do think this is like the last hurrah for this season as the Scudetto team on the pitch. So why not just go out there and absolutely whoop these guys 100% and show the rest of the league why we are champions, and show the rest of the league that no matter what comes out in the media, we're favorites going into next season. We are strong, we are united, and you guys better look up, because we're going to be there.
Yeah, no, these players, they'll go to war with Conte. And they've been saying that publicly. Lukaku said that too. So yeah, I mean, this game is going to be the final game that for them, for all our main starters. And it's a big season for them. It's been a long season for them, so they deserve all the credit. And after this game, they'll be always be thinking about going into the next season as favorites. During the season we've beat all these teams that we normally didn't do much. So that gives them a confidence that winning the title game day 34 gives them a lot of confidence. And obviously there's media hype and all that surrounding them, but these players, they're not bothered, man. They know that this was going to happen. Italian media does that. And I don't want to blame anybody in specific, but as soon as Inter just comes into limelight, everybody just start talking. So it's been like that for years and years, and we've seen that. And I don't think Conte and his players are going to be bothered by this at all.
100%, man. There's 10 people in the chat and in the video right now, so make sure you like the video before you exit. Marvel, good morning to you wherever you are in the world. Thanks for always joining in. What's going on? Will, always present as well. Icing on the cake with a dub over the Zebras. 100%, man. It literally is the last thing that we want for the season. What's up, Mohammed? Always good to hear from you. And Reza, once again, always good to hear from you. If we beat Udinese, then we have at least one win against all 19 teams this season. Hey, man, if that's enough of an intrinsic motivator for Conte to get behind the boys and kick them up the ass, maybe he should. Maybe it's just a matter of, it's literally just a matter of consistency mentality-wise, and that's pretty much a result of that whole Lautaro incident as well, is that Conte wanted to show everybody from top to bottom, we play until the last whistle of the season and we take that mentality into next season. You know, letting up now is a really good way to make sure you don't go into your first training session next season in an optimal headspace. What do you think, Aqueel? He's very calculated to a T, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. And, you know, going back to that Lautaro incident, I mean, I was watching the game when that happened. Lautaro didn't help himself much either. You know, he looked a little bit off. He looked a little bit lazy on the ball. Gave away the possession a little too cheaply. And, you know, Conte is not the type of coach who's going to sit back and relax. And even winning the title, he's not the type of coach, whether you play Roma, whether you play Udinese, whoever you're playing, he's the type of coach that demands 110% from his players every single minute. So if you're not going to show that, you know, he's going to tell you who the boss is. And, you know, whether it's that or whether it was just for mere precaution or whatever it was, it's still the core is together, the team is together, the boys are playing well together, the chemistry is still there. We saw that after the game. You know, they had a ball, they had the barbecue, they had that little boxing thing. So the unity is there, the chemistry is there. Well, when you step on that pitch, you better be ready to put up 110% for Conte and for this team. So yeah, no question about it.
100%. I was about to go to the lineups, but thank you, my brother Raisin of Orion, for your donation. That actually warms my heart. Thank you so much, my brother. Forza Inter brothers, keep up the good work. Just keep it up with us, man. And I promise that people like you make sure the content keeps coming on an even more regular basis. I promise that. Okay. Conte squashing beef with Lautaro sends a great message to the media. Yeah, it really does, man. It really took a piss on the media, and it was fantastic to see. Really good to see. Historia Interactiva. I've never seen this account before, so thank you for joining us. If it's your first time, make sure you subscribe. If not, welcome back. If we keep these players, we will win the second star. Skriniar, De Vrij, Bastoni, Barella, Brozovic, Eriksson, Lautaro, Lukaku, Hakimi. Bang on. You keep those starting players, you probably win the league again next year. So just keep those players. Sell every scrap of dead weight that you need to. Put a €5 million price tag on everybody from Vidal, Nainggolan, João Mario, and then if you have to bargain them down to 3 million or something, just sell them. Yeah, Kill, just get something.
Yeah. I think that's going to be the goal. And you know, we're not looking to bank on any of those players. We're not looking to get like a big buck out of anybody. The goal will be to just get them off the books, and you know it'll add up. You have a lot of players that you can actually get rid of this transfer window. So you can get rid of these Vidals, the Kolarovs, the Ashley Young, and Mario, and a couple of other players. That's a big chunk off your wage bill. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of movement, a lot of outgoing sales, and you know, definitely it'll open up some space, and you know, we can address some needed options that on the left side, and some of the added muscle in the midfield, Weiss, Lukaku, and you know, if you go with the another goalkeeper, so you know, it'll obviously help with the financial situation.
Yeah, I would agree there. This question is like the last question on a hard exam on the back page. Who is more important, De Vrij or Skriniar? I think if we must sell one, I'd sell Skriniar. That's a really hard question, man, to be honest. That's one that I don't even know if I can answer at the moment. What about, I'm going to go to Aqueel first because he's the guest. He's my guest, so go for it.
You know, this is the type of question that I would deflect and not give a correct answer.
Like I just did, yeah.
Yeah, you know, this is $1 million question, and I don't think either one of them is sellable at this point. You know, because this defense was the backbone of our title run, and if Inter or if management or Conte is obviously they're thinking about it, but if they want to repeat this, these two guys must stay in the back. I would also keep Bastoni. He's been a true gem for us. Neither of them sellable. I think if we're going to get rid of a defender, probably Danilo.
Yeah, it might have to be. Look, I'd deflect the question every day, but if you were to put a gun to my head, I would have to say De Vrij, and that is literally only because he's got 3 years on Skriniar. That's the only reason I would sell him. Literally the only one is because of age, the 3 years. And even then, I don't think it's a really good reason. Will says I couldn't part with either. I agree, and I agree they're both untouchable for sure, says Ivar. Gun to head, I think I'd keep De Vrij, but we can't let either go. No, 100%, as Aqueel said, it was the backbone of our title run, and if we change something as fundamental as the back three next season, it's going to be a disaster. So I'm happy to keep them. And, you know, I think we've got the personnel on the bench to back it up as well. All right, we're just going to take a small break from the comments and I'm going to share my screen. It's time to talk lineups and team news. Fantastic stuff that I'm looking at right now. I'll get it up on the screen now. It looks like we are going to put a very strong lineup forward in this match. So I hope everybody can at least see or make this out to a degree. Yeah, it looks good. Aqueel, man, you want to run us through the side?
Yeah, let's do it. So, yeah, as expected, Conte's going to bring out all the guns. He's going to not go with any of the substitutes. He's going to put his usual starters. So at the back, we have Handanovic. He's going to come back in. He's like El Capitano. You know, he's going to come back in and, you know, have a game. Milan Skriniar, obviously, backbone. He will start alongside De Vrij and Bastoni, the back three, the true gem of this whole season for us. Hakimi will be on the right side. He was so vital in the last fixture as well, so he's going to come back in. Barella Brozovic will obviously be in the mix as well. The third midfielder, you know, there's again this position is sort of will be up for grabs. Could be Sensi, could be Eriksson. I'd go with Eriksson. I think in this for this fixture, you know, he's done a good job. But you know, Sensi has a real shot at it as well. Perisic on the left side, he's going to come back in. Lautaro and Lukaku up top, the magnificent duo. I think they're going to be back at it again.
Yeah, I'm reading a couple of the comments. They're saying that it's not going to be Sensi. Yeah, this is just the most recent lineup to be posted. Anywhere, and it's got the good graphics going with it because Sky Sports released their lineup 9 hours ago, but they didn't really have a probable formation. They just wrote it down. I think I'd agree with everybody and with Aqueel. I think it will be Eriksson that gets the nod here. He has had a little bit more rest on the bench lately than he's been used to in the second half of the season. So I think Eriksson getting the nod is a good shout. I also expect Martinez to actually have a really, really good game and make a lot of intelligent decisions both on and off the ball. Really play to the Conte's strengths and really try and make himself stand out in this sort of system in this game. I mean, it's a great way to redeem yourself, wouldn't you say so? Oh, you're on me. Yep.
Yeah, there we go. I'm sorry, I lost you for a second. What was your question?
I said, like, do you think this is a great opportunity for Lautaro to really make smart decisions on and off the ball and really show why systematically for Conte he's still a go-to guy?
Oh yeah, no, 100%. You know, he needs to come through. You know, he's going to play alongside Lukaku. He's going to have plenty of opportunity this game. And you know, just to look, if you guys remember the last fixture against Juventus, he had plenty of opportunities that he didn't finish. So he'll be itching himself to like go at this game, and it'll be a great opportunity for him. You know, obviously there's no pressure, and you know, pressure does wonders. If there's no pressure, man, this team can really come at you and really fire on all cylinders. And I expect nothing less from this team.
Yeah, me too, man. I think it's going to be a good game. I think we should stand a really, really good chance of getting a good result. So let's go to a few of the comments before we move on to the rival lineup. Yep, Franco, I read that Eriksson will start instead of Sensi. I think it should be that case. Can't wait for the game. Yeah, man, me too. I won't be sleeping from now till the game at all. Alexis stayed in Milan. He won't play tomorrow. And yes, welcome back, Presidente. Any news on the Sanchez injury? How ironic. I think he will miss the game. I think, yeah, he looks like his foot got stepped on and it wasn't really in great shape, although he did look like he was okay in training. But, you know, if it's time for him to just rest and sit on the bench, that's fine as well. At the end of the day, guys, we are Campioni d'Italia. We don't really need to worry about these sort of things too much. Give Pinamonti some minutes as well. Why not? 19 people in the video. Make sure you like and leave a comment as well. Time to share my screen again. And let's just go back to the lineups and have a look at how the rivals are going to line up. So they'll probably put a pretty strong lineup forward on paper, but form-wise and season-wise, they have been pretty trash. So Szczesny, man, I swear to God, I feel like they're getting rid of the wrong goalkeeper selling Buffon, bro.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. They Buffon has been a legend for them. I have respect for him. Just because he's done incredible throughout his career. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Alexandro on the left, quality left back, but coming of age. Danilo's had an okay season, and Chiellini and De Ligt is a good centre back pairing. But Chiellini lately, oh man, he's done. It's over. It's absolutely over for him. So that back line on its own, although on paper looks quite good, I actually think Lautaro and Lukaku are going to have a field day, and I think this is where Christian Eriksen can really catch some of these players out. And don't even get me started on what Hakimi can do on that right hand side. How are you feeling about their defensive, Akil?
It's trash, definitely. And especially yeah. Sorry, sorry, I came right off the bat. But Lukaku, he had a field game against them last time around as well. He's really schooled that defensive line in the last game. He's been in good form. And Lautaro obviously is also going itching to go at these guys. They've been they've been mistake prone throughout the season. They've leaked a lot of goals to small teams, small players, and when we're coming at them with no pressure, with the title in our hand, and they have all the pressure, they have all to play for. So yeah, expect a few mistakes from them. Expect us to pounce on them. Hakimi, Lukaku, and Lautaro have a big opportunity, big responsibility to go forward as well. I expect Eriksen to really unlock that defense, and have a crack at it from outside the box, and cause them more trouble.
That'd be awesome. And for me, the only real threats from this side come from Federico Chiesa and obviously the front two. So Chiesa, it's going to be a big job for Milan Skriniar because we know Achraf Hakimi is going to push forward on that right-hand side. But I trust Skriniar to, really get behind Chiesa and make it tough for him. Just don't give Chiesa too much of a head start, Skriniar, because he will outrun you. That midfield sucks donkey balls. That sucks. That's pathetic, honestly. Just look at that disgust. That's Rabiot and Bentancur. Honestly, that is shit. That is a horrible midfield. How have they not fixed this in midfield since they didn't have someone to support Pjanic properly, bro? Honestly, they needed new midfielders 3 years ago when they had the league by the balls, and they didn't reinforce the midfield, and that's been the biggest problem. It's the biggest reason why they've taken a bad downfall, man.
Yeah. They strengthened, the areas that didn't need any work in the last few seasons. They really needed a midfielder, the quality midfielder. They didn't address that. They stuck with, they got Rabiot, Aaron Ramsey, and, all these players, but, not great quality enough, not enough to, win the title, of course. Their back office is in a mess, and I'm happy with that, and I hope they stay in a mess, and if they miss out on Champions League, is more pressure on them. So yeah, happy with that.
Oh yeah, it'd be like winning a separate sort of trophy this season to see them miss out on Champions League, man. Will says, how much flopping will we see from their wings tomorrow? Cuadrado, number one hate figure. Yeah, man, Cuadrado is like the ultimate player that you hate, but you'd kind of love him if he was on your side because he tips the game in your direction, and it's disgusting. He's one of the most disgraceful players I've seen take the pitch, but he's such an important player for every team that he plays for. And that's the only respectful comment I'll give him, because to be honest, if we had Cuadrado in our team and he was getting all those calls for us and we could shift the game in our direction more like that, he'd be very, very beneficial. Tim says, guarantee they'll be their usually dirty selves. 100%, but we're not exactly the cleanest side as well on the park this season, man. We can be very, very rough guts, and that's why we have grinded it out against every single side this season. So I actually think, they're going to be their usual dirty selves, but guess who's going to be more than ready for this sort of challenge? Did you see Bentancur against Milan? Yeah, he had a shocker. He honestly had a shocker. It was so bad. It was honestly really bad. Did you see that game, Akeel?
I caught highlights of that game. Yeah, he was terrible. I read the news. I read the post-match articles. Yeah, he was terrible. And, that just kind of shows, like, this team is really running out of gas. They don't have the quality in that midfield that they needed. It's just downhill from here.
Yeah. Hope so. Marco, what's going on? Thanks for joining. Lukaku is going to try and isolate Chiellini to take advantage of him in a one-on-one situation. Good luck, Giorgio. Yep, I think so. I honestly think Lukaku is going to bully Chiellini both on and off the ball, man. And yeah, I don't know how that's going to go for him. If I was If I was Pirlo, I'd be telling De Ligt to try and man mark Lukaku and keep him out of that situation. But if you only keep De Ligt on Lukaku, it really opens up the rest of the front, and that's where it's going to work in our favour. The front two, Ronaldo and Dybala, who I think just recently scored 100 goals each for Juventus, which is another reason for them to celebrate something not important. But they'll be scary if they get too much space and time on the ball, which I hope we don't give them. So what are your concerns about the attackers, Aqueel G?
Yeah, Ronaldo's going to pose as usual threat. He's going to, try to get through the defense. But our defense it'll be more than ready. De Vrij and Skriniar and Bastoni, they've shown week in and week out that they are more than capable of handling this any kind of attack. So yeah, I mean, if they're in sync, Ronaldo and Dybala will pose some threat. But I back my defense up. I expect them to take care of them. And like you mentioned, Chiesa is going to be the focal point of their attack. He's going to come in on that left side. He's going to provide some speed. So that will be something to keep an eye on. And I think defensively, Hakimi will have a tougher job. I think he will have to be on his toes defensively, keep an eye on him. But I back our defense up in this match. Definitely, with their tails up, no pressure. They can take these guys on.
Yeah, Tim says, I always feel like Dybala and Ronaldo will score against us. Man, they always look like they're going to score against everybody, to be honest. They're still two world-class players, in my opinion. And yeah, as I said, if you're going to give them space and time on the ball, expect to be punished no matter who you are. Our midfield needs to dominate the game. I think it will. I think we've got that quality on the bench as well, ready to come in and be injected. I just think that, after the week that we've had in the media, I think these players have got to rocket up their ass, because I dare say we beat Roma, but half the time, man, it didn't even look like we were trying against Roma. I swear to God, we still looked placid as hell. That was such an easy win, in my opinion, man.
Yeah, no, we switched off a lot in that game. There were moments in the middle of the game. I'm like, you know what? Did we just take our foot off the gas, or are we just just sitting back and just letting them play for a little bit? But yeah, I mean, we had those moments, but I'm glad that we stepped up towards the end. Obviously, something changed, but just going back to that midfield and Tim's comment, our midfield I think is going to dominate the game. I mean, if you look back, Barella, he's getting his form back, and if you remember in the first fixture, he was the man of the match for me, man. He scored the goal. He was all over the place. He dominated that midfield. Obviously, when you have Rabiot and Bentancur in the midfield for them, you expect Brozovic and Barella to have a big game. They will dominate them too, and I expect Eriksen as well. Eriksen is also, he was just awarded man of the goal of the month just recently, so he's obviously he's going to back himself up. So our definitely midfield is much higher in terms of class, in terms of confidence and form as well. So yeah, I back our midfield up as well against this team.
100%. Very well said. Guys, while we talk about the predictions, let us know exactly where you are in the world, where you're going to be watching the game, and what time kickoff is. That's an interesting little topic to get that running. Comment it, please, in the live chat. Akil, prediction time. We are going to Turin. First of all, are they going to give us a guard of honor? Second of all, would you walk that guard of honor knowing that it could be booby-trapped or something like that? Third, how do you think the game's going to go, and what's the prediction?
I was just thinking about the guard of honor before we started the video. They're sore losers, man. They're not gonna give us that. I just don't see it, because they don't want to. It's gonna play a mind game on them. Right before the game, you give that team that extra bit of edge, that extra bit of confidence. I don't think they're gonna do that. So that's okay. We don't care about that. We've already done this. Screw that. Screw them. Whatever. And in terms of prediction, I do expect this to be an open game, just like the Roma one. It's going to be a 50-50 battle, even side, both sides. I do expect Inter to win, though, and I do expect our strikers to have a good game. I'm expecting a 3-2 victory for Inter. It's going to be Lukaku. It's going to be Lautaro. And the third goal would either be Hakimi or Barella. So that's for Inter. And then for Juventus, obviously, we know Ronaldo's going to pose a lot of threats. So I'll give him a goal. And maybe the second goal will probably come off from either side. Either Chiesa or Cuadrado's going to get a lucky shot or something like that. But yeah, it won't matter. We got this game. What do you think?
Awesome, man. Awesome. I think that there's a few great representatives from different places here. So thanks to,
Yeah.
who was it? Ivar, first of all, from Sweden. Well done. Tim, why are you at the Gold Coast, man? You vacating at the moment? Mohammed from Sudan. Awesome. Franco says 1-4. Man, if we win that game 4-1, man, oh, bro, how embarrassing would that be for their side?
Mm.
From Chile, Marco's in Toronto at 12 p.m. God, that's a comfortable kickoff time. I envy that, bro. Right on lunch. That's the dream time. Will says we are going to be loose and playing for fun, so I see us rolling out a 3-1 win. Noon kickoff for me, very convenient. Jamaica, 11 a.m. from Akeem. Hey, Akeem, how are you? We don't see at the end of the game. Prediction 1-3 to Inter, goals by Lukaku and Lautaro from President Stephen Zhang. And Tim says agree, 3-1. I'd really like another clean sheet. I think if we can keep them scoreless, that's like the most humiliating thing for me. I'd probably take a 1-0 over like a 3-1 or a 4-2. A clean sheet would be fantastic. If we can roll out another 2-0 masterclass like we did last time, that would be really cool. But I think due to us not being as conservative mentally, we'll still approach this game with a lot of focus, but we've got the title already. It's not like we're gonna be hairs on spine up it, like, you know what I mean, Aqueel, bro. So I'm gonna go with 3-1. I think that's a really good score as well. Actually, no. I'm gonna go with 3-2. I think we've got goals. I think we've got goals in this. I'm gonna go goal for Dybala, goal for Ronaldo, goal for Lukaku, Lautaro, and Hakimi Lamborghini at the end. So yeah, that's a good pick.
No, definitely. It's going to be a game like that, and obviously we want this to be a clean sheet. It'll be a huge blow to them. If they lose, are they short shot out of Champions League if they lose this game mathematically?
Let's have a look at the table before we depart in peace. So I'll share my screen right now. It was my understanding that if they were to lose today, or if they were to drop points today and Milan, Napoli, and Atalanta get 3 points, then it's mathematically over for them. Yeah. So let's have a look.
Oh, yeah.
2 games left. Yeah. Atalanta 75, 75, 73, 72. Yeah. So if they were to draw and end up on 73 points, they don't have the head-to-head against any of these teams either.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's lights out. Yeah.
Yeah, if they drop points, it's lights out, man. And it's just so poetic that it could be us to put this nail in the coffin. And I really hope it is. I want to see, like, pretty much what Will's saying here. I want to see us embarrass them and rub their face in it. I almost want it to be like, imagine it was 3-0 on like 65 minutes and we go and score a fourth. And it's like they're looking at us, like begging us to fucking not go any harder. But it's still, guys, listen, it's a derby d'Italia. It's Juventus and Inter. Surely this club is going to come together, the Juventus club I'm talking about, to give it to us. They're going to give it their all. I'll be very amused and very amused if they don't come at us and at least give it their all and give us a tough challenge, man.
Yeah, no, and I think that's Conte is also expecting that. I think he's going to be ready. I think he already has a game plan in his mind. He knows that Juventus is going to come at us. So obviously that's going to expose them in the back. So, and that's where we are really good. Lukaku, Lautaro, Hakimi did. Remember that last goal against Roma, man? Oh, he turned up the fire, dude. He's so
quick.
I don't think there's anybody in the league who can catch up to him. He's
the fastest player in the league for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. And he's so comfortable with the ball on his feet too, and to be able to pass the ball at that time to Lukaku, incredible. He's got great vision as well. So, I expect them to come at us too. They have everything to play for. It'll be a failure if they don't make it to Champions League. So, but that's going to open up lanes in the back, and I think we'll be ready to keep tabs on them and explore them.
Fair enough. Mohammed says, is there a possibility that Milan drop from the top 4? I hate those guys. Look, there is still a possibility, especially since Lazio's 96-minute winner. Wow, bro, what a goal that is, man, to propel them forward. I still think Lazio will miss out on the top 4, Aqueel, but man, if that doesn't motivate them to kick on, I don't know what does. So yeah, it's just so good to be able to watch this as a neutral. They're all 1 game away from slipping out of it. Like for me, I've always said this. For me, Napoli, I would love Napoli to finish second. I've got some family there, and that would be ideal. And then, of course, Atalanta and Lazio to make up those other 2 spots would be fantastic. But I really do think Milan, after beating Juventus, are going to push on and make it. And you know what? They really deserve it for keeping it up this far. If they were to drop out of the top 4 in these last 2 match days, Aqueel, bro, their fans are going to be on suicide watch, man, honestly.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, if you look at the start of the season, they wasn't expecting the big things from them, and they were pretty ahead in the winter by the winter break, and then after that they also kept up. They slipped up a little bit in the middle. I was expecting them to crash out of the top 4, and even if they do, who cares? But I really feel that Napoli is a more deserving side to come up in the top 4, top 2 maybe. Atalanta is a very, very deserving side, man. It's incredible to watch Atalanta play. And then obviously Lazio, they have that that final push that they're really going for. So yeah, anything can happen. But Milan, it's almost like a Cinderella story for them. What was the expectation in the beginning and to where they are now. They've done a good job, and credit goes to Pioli and a couple of other players that have really pushed on. So yeah, let's see what happens. It's going to be a tight race. So, but at the end of the day, this is probably it's such a luxury to enjoy these games without any pressure, to not worry about any other fixtures, even ours. Derby Italia. Who would have thought? We were just sitting here chilling, like not worry about what the scoreline is going to be. Nothing else matters really at this point. So yeah, it's an incredible feeling, and I hope you get used to this, because it's amazing to do this without any pressure.
Yeah, man. As I said before we went on camera, I've got this massive day with a whole bunch of family at a wedding, and I don't know what sort of stressful mess I'd be if I knew at 2 a.m. coming home we had a game where we had to win in Turin to be champions, bro. I couldn't do it, man. But it's just been that sort of season, and I'm very, very grateful, as I'm sure you and everybody else are. I want to give a big shout out before we leave to Tim, Ivar, Will, Marco, Mohammed. Who else? Mr. President Stephen Zhang, Aqueel, Franco as well for joining the chat. Sub-Zero, again, as always, thank you very much, guys. It was very, very enjoyable. We always appreciate your engagement. And, of course, I want to thank Aqueel for joining us on the match preview. And thank you very much, Reza of Orion, again, for your donation. Aqueel, thanks for joining us, bro.
No, always a pleasure, man. And, I hope you have a great weekend, and everybody else too. Eid Mubarak to everybody who is celebrating, and let's do this, man. Let's win this game tomorrow.
Absolutely. Everyone, blessings to you and all your families. Stay healthy. And from all of us, Campioni d'Italia, I'll just say it again, Campioni d'Italia, don't stop enjoying it, yeah? This is a moment that won't come around very often. You go to Turin without a care in the world, okay? Forza Inter worldwide. Ciao.